So just to summarize the embryology of the larynx, you will see in this picture our fourth cartilage. It gives rise to the epiglottis and the thyroid cartilage, the upper part of the larynx. While the sixth cartilage, it gives rise to the lower part of the larynx, that is the rest of the cartilage. They develop from the sixth arch. Now let's start with the anatomy of the larynx. So larynx is made up of two types of cartilages. One cartilages are single in number, they are called as unpaired cartilage, and second cartilages are the one which are two in number, so they are the paired cartilages. So larynx is having two types of cartilages. Unpaired and paired cartilages. Unpaired are three in number, that is thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, and third is epiglottis. Paired cartilage are also three in number, they are arytenoids, corniculate cartilage, and cuneiform cartilage. So let's discuss it one by one. So first one is epiglottis. Epiglottis is a fibroelastic cartilage. So if you see the shape of the epiglottis, it is leaf shape. So if you see the shape of the epiglottis, it is leaf shape. In adult, it is leaf shape, while in children, it is omega shape. So if you see this cartilage, if you see this epiglottis, the upper part of the epiglottis is broad in shape. This upper part is broad in nature, and it's near to the tongue. Lower part is like a stalk, and this stalk of epiglottis, it is attached to the thyroid cartilage by this ligament, and this ligament is called as thyroepiglottic ligament. And one part of the epiglottis is above the hyoid bone, so this is the hyoid bone, and one part is lower than the hyoid bone, right? So this is the upper epiglottis, and the one which is below the hyoid bone is the lower epiglottis. So first cartilage is epiglottis. Next cartilage is thyroid cartilage. So if you see this thyroid cartilage, it is made up of two laminas. This is the one lamina, this is the second lamina. Both the laminas, they are meeting in the midline and forming this angle, which is called as thyroid notch. And this thyroid cartilage, it has got two cornu. This is the greater cornu and this is the lesser cornu. Over the anterior surface of this thyroid cartilage, there lies a oblique line, and three muscles are attached to this oblique line. On the posterior side, as I already have told you, epiglottis is attached to the thyroid cartilage in the midline. So if we discuss the thyroid cartilage, so it's made up of two laminas. So it's made up of two laminas which are meeting in the midline and forming this thyroid notch, which is V-shaped. In males it is 90 degree, while in females it is 120 degree. Then it has got two cornu. This is the greater cornu and this is the lesser cornu. Over the anterior surface of the thyroid cartilage, there lies a oblique line, and three muscles are attached to this oblique line. And what are these muscles? Above we are having the hyoid bone. So three muscles are thyrohyoid muscle, inferiorly we are having the sternum, so sternothyroid muscle, and third one is inferior constrictor muscle. So these are the three muscles attached to the thyroid cartilage on the oblique line. On the inferior side, on the posterior side of the thyroid cartilage, epiglottis is attached to the thyroid cartilage in the midline by the thyroepiglottic ligament. Already I've told you. Now, next cartilage is cricoid cartilage. The first point about the cricoid cartilage is this is the only cartilage which is complete in nature. The only one cartilage of the larynx which is complete in nature, that is a complete circle. If you see the other cartilage, they are all incomplete, but it's a cricoid cartilage which makes a full circle. And this cricoid cartilage, it has got two parts. One part is the anterior part, and this anterior part is called as arch, while posterior part is called as lamina. So it has got anterior arch and posterior lamina. And over the lamina of the cricoid cartilage, there lies the arytenoids. Arytenoids lies over the lamina of the cricoid cartilage. So cricoid cartilage, it has got two parts. One is arch, which is the anterior part, and posterior part is lamina. And it's the only complete cartilage of larynx. Next cartilage is arytenoid cartilage. So arytenoid cartilages, they are pair in nature, they are two in number. And these cartilages, they are having a base, and this base lies over the cricoid cartilage, over the lamina of the cricoid cartilage. So over the lamina of the cricoid cartilage, there lies the arytenoid. So arytenoid lies over the cricoid cartilage. So arytenoid is having a base, they are having an apex, then they are having two processes, muscular process and the cartilaginous process, vocal process. So if you see the arytenoid is having a base. This is the base of the arytenoid which lies over the cricoid cartilage. They are having an apex, corniculate cartilage attached with the apex. Then they are having two processes. One is this anterior process. This one. And this anterior process is called as vocal process. Because true vocal cord is attached here, so this is called as anterior process or the vocal process. Another process is lying laterally. So this lateral process is called as muscular process. Because intrinsic muscles of the larynx attached to this lateral process, so they are called as lateral process or the muscular process. So just to summarize, arytenoid is having a base which lies over the cricoid cartilage. It has got an apex. Over the apex lies the corniculate cartilage. Then it has got two processes. One is anterior process, also called as vocal process, because true vocal cord fold attached over here. And next is lateral process, also called as muscular process, because intrinsic muscles of the larynx are attached here. So over the apex lies the corniculate cartilage. Over the apex lies the corniculate cartilage. And over the corniculate lies the cuneiform cartilage. So this corniculate cartilage, it is also called as cartilage of Santorni. It is also called as cartilage of Santorni. It's a fibroelastic cartilage. And cuneiform cartilage. It is also called as cartilage of Wisberg. It's also a cartilage of Wisberg. It is also a fibroelastic cartilage. And it lies anterior to the corniculate cartilage. This cuneiform cartilage lies anterior to corniculate cartilage. And both corniculate and cuneiform cartilages, they lies in the aryepiglottic fold. So histology of these cartilages are the thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, and most of the arytenoid cartilage. They are all hyaline cartilages. While epiglottis, corniculate cartilage, and cuneiform cartilage, they are all fibroelastic cartilages. Because they are hyaline cartilages, they ossify. Now, next is membranes of the larynx. So larynx is having two type of membranes. One membranes are the one which connect the laryngeal cartilages to the other structure other than the larynx. These membranes are called as extrinsic membranes. So next is membranes or the ligaments of the larynx. So one are those which connect the laryngeal cartilages to the other structure other than the larynx. They are called as extrinsic membranes or extrinsic ligament. And one are those which connects the laryngeal cartilages with each other. They are called as intrinsic membranes or intrinsic ligaments. So extrinsic are 3 in number. So if you see this picture, so one membrane which connects the thyroid cartilage with the hyoid bone. So membrane connecting the thyroid cartilage with the hyoid bone, this membrane is called as thyrohyoid membrane. So first extrinsic membrane is a thyrohyoid membrane connecting the thyroid cartilage with the hyoid bone. And this membrane thickened at 2 places. One in the midline it is thickened, it is called as median thyrohyoid ligament. And one it thickened at the posterior side, which is called as lateral thyrohyoid ligament. So first extrinsic membrane is a thyrohyoid membrane which connects the thyroid cartilage with the hyoid bone. Second membrane is a membrane which connects the cricoid with the trachea. So this is a cricoid, this is a trachea. So this is called as cricotracheal membrane. So second membrane is cricotracheal membrane, the one which connects the cricoid to the trachea. Third membrane is a membrane which connects the epiglottis with the hyoid bone. So this is the epiglottis, this is the hyoid bone. So membrane between the epiglottis and hyoid bone is a hyoepiglottic membrane. So these membranes or the ligaments, it gives the strength to the laryngeal cartilages. So these membrane or the ligament which connects the laryngeal cartilages to the other structure other than the larynx, they are called as extrinsic membrane. And the one which connects the laryngeal cartilages with each other, they are the intrinsic membranes. To understand this intrinsic membrane, we'll make a diagram. So intrinsic membranes are 3 in number. So first one is quadrangular membrane. Also called as quadrate membrane. This membrane is having two parts. One is upper aryepiglottic fold and second is lower vestibular fold. Second membrane is cricovocal membrane or also called as conus elasticus, and third membrane is cricothyroid membrane. Now to understand these membranes, let's make a diagram.